Immortal has returned. Huzzah. I have made the graphene. The graphene is finished. That is what you have missed. I have finished the graphene, and I'm now moving on to the alien samples. The beautiful and glorious alien samples. Okay, this. What I'm gonna do for this... Vrouk cocoon. A few of them. This is sample 3. The great alien sample is the final one. It is alien sample 3. I already have alien sample 2. This is alien sample 3. I also need these. I don't even know the ratio here. 3 of these is going to make 0.75 caged Vrouk. Okay. Vrouk into chitin. How many do I need to process? 0.75. 6. Oh boy. Oh boy. 6 of them. You cannot productivity these. And for good reason. Alright, so what I'm going to do... This needs to be shifted a little bit further over. Just a little bit further over. I have a plan. Yes, you can add some speed in them to make them 1-to-1, but considering they're about half the speed, it's not going to matter much. So that's going to be there. I'm going to... Alright, I'm just going to output on the outside. All the things. Oh, great. That's a wonderful position for you. Cages. Cages, 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 cages. Wherefore art thou? Cages. Okay. Da-ding. Da-do. Da-da. Just add an initial supply of cages. That's all this needs. An initial supply of beautiful, glorious cages. Now, what I'll do here is that, so that I can grab some nice and glorious initial cage supply from right next door. Literally right next door. And this is a closed loop cage system. Good. Good! Just, you have to test these things sometimes with the productivity. So that's going to be chitin. Glorious, beautiful, easy chitin. Because I have the cocoons in a separate factory completely. Now, I need more cocoons, don't get me wrong. I really need more Vrouk cocoons production going. Also, this is going to... This biomass is just going to eventually empty out and I'll destroy this. Also, you know, in case you hadn't noticed... in case you hadn't noticed, I am preparing... I am preparing for the brick apocalypse. I am ready. I am ready for the brick apocalypse. The hot stone brick apocalypse. You know, just in case something were to happen to the hot air processing chain. As for why, you know, the current iteration of the new mechanic is that the hot stone brick item is going to give you the most output of hot air initially. And by the way, the one that you're mentioning, the stone brick in the furnace, as it turns out, the stone brick in the furnace recipe shares the same name with one of the new added items. So there is a recipe in the regenerative heat exchanger to do hot air out of stone bricks. It is hot-air-2. The new mechanic also has a recipe defined as hot-air-2 that is using the warmer stone bricks. You have the warm stone brick recipe, which is now hot-air-1. The warmer stone brick recipe, hot-air-2, the same name as this. So it overrides this one if it loads second in order. So this recipe, as far as I'm aware, would get completely overridden. This recipe gets completely overridden by the new Hot Air 2 because it's further down in the code. It's literally physically defined after this one. So it would get, this recipe gets replaced with the warmer hot air. So you lose it completely. Anyway, we have some chitin now. Chitin exists. To some extent, chitin exists. Let me bring up... I should actually have a thingy here for great alien samples. I do. My whole point one plan, which, you know, doesn't really... I don't, need any of this. I was thinking about doing this on a separate thingy. Why do I have all of this stuff broken out for the graphene? I don't need any of that broken out for the graphene. I don't need any of that broken out for the graphene. I might need more formamide, but otherwise I can just place down this gene lab now. I can grab a gene lab. It's this thing. I can literally just grab a gene lab. Alright, so King has fixed that little mistake. Yes, that, I remembered that was a little tiny-ish mistake that, was part of that. Just a shared recipe name. Because the old one was not deleted from the face of existence. So, great alien samples. If I click on this, we can see yellow. Yellow backgrounds. That means everything is being delivered. All of it is being delivered. It all exists. This needs productivity. I cannot stress enough how much this does need productivity, and I am very much looking forward to getting my Circuit 3 production going so that I can get the level 5 productivity modules. Ah, boy. Because these are... with Circuit 3, so I can go all the way up from 2 to 5. 6 and up require the processor boards rather than the logic boards. The logic boards require PCB 3 and circuit 3s and circuit 2s. The processor boards will require PCB 4, which is, a little bit more. It's a little bit more. Just a little bit more than the PCB 3s. It will require the heavy fermion material. Oh god, why? Yeah, I'll have most of this stuff, except the new stuff is going to be this zinc oxide nanoparticles and this heavy fermion material. Yeah. Are we going to get the start of Circuit 3 creation today? We technically have started the Circuit 3 creation. Graphene is directly involved in the Circuit 3 creation, so because I now have graphene, that is directly working towards Circuit 3s. Yes. So, yay! Formamide. I just need to bring in the formamide. Or make some locally. Formamide is what now? Ammonia and CO2. I have both of those, like, here, right? Like, I'm pretty sure ammonia, and then CO2 is, like, biomass, and also up here. Used to be. I got rid of it. But that's fine, I can just add this again. FB reactor. Oh, I got rid of my FB reactors. Here. You. There. Come hither. You are Mark II? Blah! Menus. Paste. Thingy. Get a doohickey. You. Make stuff. Take those. Take those. Take things. Biomass. Bring me all the biomass. And, have some beautiful power. Formamide is fantastic. I really do enjoy the formamide. It is good recipe. There we go. The Great Alien Samples! What is my primary source of biomass? Crude oil. Crude oil. That's my primary source of biomass. By the way, there's been an update to actual craft time that actually can show me the outputs now of this. So, yeah, that's it. That's like the least efficient one. Tell that to my single oil derrick outputting 500 units of oil per second. Tell that to my individualized oil derricks outputting 500 oil each second. Yes, because I mine the crude from epic mining. So, we've got great alien samples now. Well, that was quick. But things should be actually trying to steal my great alien samples, shouldn't they? Oh, I need a better inserter. Actually, I just saw that this was somehow inserter swing speed limited on a thing that's outputting 0.16 up to 0.16. Yay! Yay. So I can make anything now. Anything where the codex isn't limiting me. There are a few things where I am limited by the creation of the creature's codex. And I can point those out. I have them somewhere up here. So I have a number of codices up here. I cannot do Vonix because the Vonix requires the high-tech circuit boards. So the Vonix Codex is limiting there. The Fat Eye is also limited by Circuit 3s, so I cannot do Fat Eye until I get Circuit 3s. I can, however, now make Scrondrix. Absolutely, I probably could have been making Scrondrix. I am currently doing Dingrits, and I can do Krydron as like the... Oh, right. So Immortal, is the Krydron a plant or an animal? It is technically a plant. It is technically a plant. It is a Venus flytrap based creature, but yeah, it is a plant too. Krydron be plant too. So I don't know if you want to do anything with the pesticides for the Krydron, but it is technically another plant. So I think our plant count is like 11 or 12, depending on how you define things as plants. Alright. Yeah. So, that's done. The next thing on my list is Circuit 3s. It is Circuit 3s. Now, the direct work on Circuit 3s will require some alien life, I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure. Let me just scroll this list of crap of all of the stuff involved in Circuit 3s. Why did I... Oh, that is a lot of chitin. That's why. We can bioscaffold chitin. Nah, that sounds like a terrible idea. I have some duplicate items in my to-do list. I am sure that I do. Yes, because Alien Sample 3 was there a couple of times. I'm sure that there's other things that are here multiple times. I'll clean it up eventually. I've got another separate to-do list as well that's like actual notepad thing. I can do, well. So the logistics station mechanic is going to require neuromorphic chips, and I am not there yet. I am not there yet, and Vonix, hey, Vonix, that's Circuit 3 limited, so I can't do any of this stuff with logistic stations until Circuit 3s, and then a little bit after Circuit 3s, because also super steel, special small parts, hyperelastic material, and superconductors are all required for this, and are all just ugh things. I am, however, going to make the neuromorphic chips to make the Circuit 3s, so that is on the agenda for this. I am finished with my calmodulin binding mutant peptides. I have those at this point, as well as like the beads. I likely need a lot more beads than what I'm currently producing. What is the logistics station? So, the logistics station is basically a teleporter, a logistic teleporter, in that it is a gigantic sandworm. That's how I describe it. It's not technically a worm, it's on legs, but you get the point. It's this big burrowing creature that will take things from one station and deliver it to another station underground. AKA, it is just a means of moving stuff from one spot to another spot without anything in between at all. Does it have graphics? It has graphics for stuff, not for the like motion between, but it has it for the onload and offload stuff at each station. So it goes so there's nothing between the stations. There is a thing that will actually show between the stations that is being worked on, but it's not even remotely ready yet, and that will be the Flyavan. which you can probably guess by the name of it, is going to be a flying caravan that will physically go from one spot to another and will be around this phase of the game, I think, for the timing of it. The logistics station is more even further later, obviously, because I can't do it now. It's even further into the game. That is more meant, I think, as a replacement to trains, because you don't even need to do rail at that point. I have no idea what the actual throughput is, though, so it might still need trains. Might still need trains, so we can get rid of that now. Oh, that was for the comodulin binding mutant peptides. I probably need more of that. So obviously I'm not going to target 3 at the start. Like, my starting calculation is not going to be 3. It's going to be 1, if that. And yeah, Ocula are meant to be a personal logistics thing that are supposed to be able to grab things from a provider chest and deliver them to you from wherever you are, but they're broken for the moment. They crash when they get to you, when they physically deliver to you. Just crashes, which is a shame, because there's some nil and an idle function. I don't know if they just don't know where to go back home to once they deliver to you. A thing that might be part of the issue. So what do I actually need at this point? I need the epoxy. Have I done the breakout for the epoxy? I have. And the bisphenol A. Good to know. I apparently need a bunch of acetone for something. What do I need the acetone for? No, it's that I need a bunch of phenol. Not so much the acetone. I'm just looking through this massive list of things. This is a massive list of things. Congratulations, we have a massive list of things to do. So I have hydrogen peroxide production in the mall. And I have DMS on my train network. That is something I did off screen a while ago. I just tacked on a few buildings on my Orem line to output some DMS, and that's now on my train network. So I can make MSA here. I've got chlorine in. I've got all that. That's ready to go. So I could, short of the fiberglass, get into the PCB3s. And I've got phosphate glass being produced in the mall already. So there's a few things here to make note of. I can just place down the tin rare earth alloy. That's fine. I can just place that down and build it, and once I do that, I can just place down the diode core and build it, because I have the liquid nitrogen here as well. I can just straight up make boron carbide here at the mall. Let's just place a building. This nanocrystalline cellulose is technically just place a building, but my god, it's a lot of cellulose. It is a freaking ton of cellulose that's required for this. It's massive. Nanbit matrix is just place the thing down. But of course, this is also just place a thing down. I apparently have returned to my chat, so I guess the stream might have just blipped somehow. I see I have 20 total dropped frames. Oh boy. But this is just place the thing. This is just place the thing. This is just place the thing after placing this thing after placing this thing. This one is just place the thing. This one is, yeah, after those two, place the thing. I can, yeah, just place the thing, just place the thing. Now that I have the graphene rolls here, this is just place the thing. This is, again, place the thing, place the thing. Epoxy. Then we'll get into, like, more complexity. So where am I going to start? That is the question. Probably with the cobalt processing. If I'm being completely honest, I think this begins with cobalt processing, which is here. So leaching stations, 3 leaching stations. Oh boy, with some sulfuric acid, followed by a nanomaterial factory and an advanced foundry, and I need fuel rods. Do I have borax in? I do not know. I do not know. Ideally, I have borax in. So we'll do this part. Now the question, of course, is do we do this here or do we do this on a separate factory? Ideally, I would do this on a separate factory, but you know, just for old time's sake, we're working directly towards a circuit production, and guess what the circuit production is going to end up being used at? Like, where are my circuits going to be used? In the mall! So I may as well make them here, where I'm also doing my circuit 2s and my circuit 1s, and I've just made space for them. So yeah, that'll be a thing. Alright, so I need to pin that, I guess, to give myself some space here. Scroll to the cobalt processing part of this. So I have the extract brought in already. I'm not concerned about the extract. I need to grab my wet scrubbers, or leaching stations, excuse me. My leaching stations from somewhere. Somewhere I have leaching stations. Looking at my red. Are circuits only required in the mall for buildings and modules and nothing else? Science. Science, primarily. Let's see, lots of mall stuff, lots of module stuff, more module stuff, more module stuff, more module stuff, satellites, more module stuff, more mall-based things, Control units is purple science. So it's required for purple science, which again, mall is currently making science. I don't see much of a need to have circuit 3s on my train network. And of course they are used for circuit 4s as well. Especially when they are only consumed for science in the form of the control units right here. Otherwise, it's all stuff that would be made at the mall anyway. So that highly, 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 highly pushes me towards making it at the mall. Also, can we just note the white now on all the all the places that have this new white icon? It's been there for a little while, actually, but I haven't explicitly pointed out the white icons here on the Caravan, the Nukavan, the Crawdad, Dingrito, Ocula, and Phaedisis. These used to be brown. And a little bit difficult to see on the darker UI. So they are nice now. It looks like they do have a little bit of a shadow that might be added by the game itself, but if they have that little shadow, it makes me want to actually truly use these as emotes. What is the Nukavan? It is the Caravan with a nuclear bomb on its back. Yeah. It's an explodey thing. Oh yeah, I've got Nixie tubes now. Just like for reference, I technically have these things now. I haven't used them, but I have them. I was looking for stuff. I was looking for stuffs. Let us continue with the things. I need these things. Leaching stations. Why would you need that? Say there's a forest you want to destroy, and you don't have nanobots installed. Say for some weird reason you have biters enabled. That thing is like a baneling, you could say. You just send it on a suicide mission and it goes kaboom. So yeah, there's uses. I can think of uses for these things. Where the heck is my nanomaterial factory? Thought it was up somewhere around here. There it is. And then I have the advanced foundries, so that actually covers it. Good. Nuclear package delivery, yes. Is it expensive? I'm sure very expensive. It requires a nuclear bomb to make it, inherently. Alright, so where am I going to build this processing? That's always a good question. I need some sulfuric acid. Oh boy, where does that live in this mess of pipe? So I know I have sulfuric acid. Somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure. Near my circuit 2s, I have sulfuric acid because it is required for the production of the stuffs. Something in here, I'm positive, uses sulfuric acid. I don't remember when or where. Oh, it's Rayon. Hello, Rayon. Rayon uses sulfuric acid. So now, as long as I keep stuff, and I know where my lines are for this, I'm gonna extend you one tile so I can bring you down here. How is that sulfuric? Just fine. Just fine. You're coming here. Okay. Leaching station. Yes, full pie suite with alien life and a lot of helper mods. A lot of quality of life stuff. So first step is you. Second step is you. That's the one that uses the sulfuric acid. Third step is you. Oh, hey, Renea upgrades. Interesting. It makes tall oil. Okay. Syngas. You know, oddly enough, I need more syngas. Oddly enough, that is one thing I could use more of around here, so I'm just going to find this. And I'm going to build it somewhere near where I have tar. If I have tar. If I have tar. Somewhere. We'll just build that there. It makes things. I totally removed a voiding line that I could really use right about now. Is uranium sampled? Yes, it's still purple science uses the uranium ore. Doink, doink, doink. Doink, doink. Doink, doink, da, 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 da. Get out of my way. You. Biomass. Excuse me. Biomass. Da-da! Da-da! How to void things. Very quickly. Just add tar. Where is my tar? That is the question of the century. My tar. Do I have spares? I do. I could just bring it straight down. I should have it brought down somewhere. I don't. Okay,